All right, and we should be live. It is 7:02 p.m. It is October 24th, 2021. And I am calling this BoD meeting to order. Let us take attendance from north to south. Astral Winds.
I am here.
Ravenstone.
Yep.
Lupin Moon.
Yep.
Frozen Coast.
Yep.
Icefire Bay is noted absent at the moment. KPM.
Here.
I am here as well. All right, we have 2 items on the agenda for this evening. I resent out the previous meeting minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
Yes.
Yep.
Is there any discussion on the minutes?
Not for me.
None for me either.
Then hearing no discussion, I make a motion to approve the last meeting's minutes.
Seconded.
This vote is to approve last meeting's minutes from north to south. Astral Winds.
Yes.
Ravenstone.
Yes.
Lupin Moon.
Yes.
Frozen Coast.
Yes.
Icefire Bay will be an abstain. KPM.
Yes.
And I approve them as well. There is one other item on the agenda for this evening. The Monarch of Dark Lodge Crossing has come to the BoD to request Dark Lodge Crossing to reopen at this time. Claudius, I will give you the floor to explain your proposal, and I have posted it in the chat for those who would like to review it.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me just fine?
Yep.
Sweet. So first up, my internet connection's not great. I haven't made it back into Juno yet, so if I cut in and out, I do apologize. So, my proposal would allow DLC to reopen under a very strict set of mitigation protocols. I listed them out in my proposal, and I can go over them very quickly. Just open that up real quick, if my phone will allow me to. Sorry, my phone's being very slow. So I want us to reopen. I guess I should probably go live. Sorry, my mind's super scattered. All right, so why do I think DLC should reopen? Compared to the rest of Northreach, and truthfully all of Amtgard, as far as I know, DLC is unique in being completely landlocked. We have very little in and out flow. We are completely isolated from the road system, and the only way in and out are boat and plane. What this means is we have a very low COVID infection rate, especially now that our tour season is over. The numbers haven't been posted for today, but our new infection rate for Saturday was at 20 cases. This is down from when things were bad in the middle of September. It was around 40 to 50 cases a day on average for a 7-day average. So why does this mean we should reopen? It's a lot safer for us to reopen. There's no concern with anyone coming here from any other park. Not that that is a major concern, but that was something we took into consideration when we all shut down, is what prevents people from going from one park to another. And DLC is simply distance. As much as I would love to see all of you down here playing with us, it is very difficult to do so. Now, I don't want us to reopen flippantly, though, so I have these mitigation ideas I brought out, and a lot of them are what we did at the beginning of our reopen this spring. We'd go back to full masking while we can't maintain social distancing, including while in combat. No more sharing of weapons, so once a member picks their weapons for the day, if they're using loaner weapons, that is their weapon. No sharing, no swapping out, that's what they're stuck with. And that would also not allow personal weapons to be shared out as well. We would also go back to sanitizing our weapons after each park day. And like all our meetings, we would continue to meet outside. And I also added in here a mitigation measure if Juneau's case counts were to rise again, that we would once again close ourselves down. The numbers I put in here are what I consider to be concerning numbers for Juneau, but I would love to hear feedback, and I could totally adjust that any way that would be needed. So that's the basis of the proposal, if there's any questions. Sorry, I'm not great at public speaking.
No problem. All right.
Ooh, Lord Rain is typing.
Thank you, Claudius. I am going to open up the floor for discussion on this. My one main comment at this point is I know they do not they don't update weekend numbers. Sorry, they do not update caseload numbers over the weekend per the state. They still only do it Monday through Friday. And so the last set of numbers I have are from Friday. And it does show that Juneau is still red, which means they are still in a high state of transmission. So that's my only comment. I'll open the floor to the other members of the board.
That's not very nice, Drake.
What is classified as red for Juneau?
So
red, Zygen's a better answer.
I was just gonna say red is considered a high rate of transmission. So it's greater than 100 per 100,000 people. And I don't believe Juneau is that high, so I think it's adjusted. But yeah, it's a greater than 100 cases per 100,000 people. Substantial is orange, which we were operating in before the shutdown, and that's 50 to 100 per 100,000. And then moderate is yellow, which is 10 to 50 per 100,000. And then low, which is now blue. They added that in a couple months ago, which is less than 10.
And for reference, for us, Juneau's population is around 37,000. I would ask very nicely that they not attend. And probably go beyond asking for that one.
And I was reading this, the Juneau's tourist season is over now? Just completing?
Yes, the last ship was Friday, was our last cruise ship. And so we won't have any more cruise ships until more than likely May, but they may open the season early. I don't have any knowledge of when they're going to open it.
So it's like numbers might fluctuate in a couple weeks here, either up or down.
Yeah, if the trend continues, will continue down.
I also do know that Bartlett is listed as operating under the crisis standards of care. However, their CEO or chief nursing operator has stated that whereas they are listed and it's an option for them, as that's why they're listed, so they can operate if they need to, but they have not needed to as of yet. They were full a couple weeks ago, but I believe they have their numbers have dropped for hospitalizations.
Yeah, the last update on that that I have just from sideways knowledge is that as of Friday, currently no one is hospitalized. But that may have changed since then.
That no one's hospitalized or nobody's hospitalized with COVID.
For COVID.
Okay.
Rain asked what your average player turnout was before the recent shutdown, and I believe you were operating about 4 to 6 people.
Yeah, that was our standard.
Well, I do want to
Well,
note.
Always hopeful.
I do want to note just so it's. I know most other parks go inside, but DLC does play outside all year round. I know that we have stricter concerns or stricter guidelines for indoor play than we do for outdoor play.
Yeah, I think the major concern would be, at least for me, would be if they were to go inside, since there is higher likelihood of being close together.
We stay outside year round.
Is there any more discussion regarding this?
Nothing on my end. I motion to approve.
I will second the motion.
All right, there is a motion on the floor to accept a DLC's proposal to allow them to reopen. Let us vote. North to south. Asha wins.
Sorry, my Discord just crashed. I just got back on.
Oh, geez. Okay. So, do you have any questions? Any further questions about DLC's proposal?
Well, from what I heard, they're outside. They have a pretty strong mitigation plan with a fallback to stop if things get heavy again. They're not inside. They don't have to worry about closed spaces. So no, I'm yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. So there was a motion on the floor to accept their proposal. It has been seconded. So now we're in a vote to accept their proposal, and you're up.
All right, I will say yeah, sure.
Ravenstone.
Yes.
Loop and Moon.
Yes.
Frozen Coast.
Yes.
Icefire Bay is still absent, and they will be an abstain. KPM.
Yes.
And I am abstaining. So that passed. That looks like that motion is approved 5-0 to 2. Or yes. Make sure I do my math correct. All right. Congratulations. I believe you guys can open next Sunday then, is with the date you put.
If that is acceptable, yeah, that's my plan.
All right. It has been approved.
Thank you very much,
Good
everyone.
things happen for you.
Watch, and now everyone is checking how many. Oh, did you say $300
I'm hoping
round trip, Rain?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm like, hey, I got a weekend.
I'll come down to Gina.
All right. Is there any?
When COVID's gone, I would love to see all of you.
Is there any new business for the BoD at this time? All right, then I make a motion to close this meeting.
Seconded.
Ooh,
All right, top to bottom, Astral wins.
yes.
Ravenstone,
Yep.
Loop and Moon,
Yes.
Frozen Coast,
Yes.
Icefire Bay is an abstain. KPM.
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. This meeting is closed. It is 7:16 p.m. It's still October 24th. Give me a second.
So how's everyone's weekend? Sorry.
Long.
I got into painting custodies.
All right. COC agenda. It is 7:16 p.m. It's still October 24th. Everyone is still here except Hazel, Let us go. On the ambassador report, we had a meeting on October 16th. This was the meeting to go over, the COM met to discuss still outstanding items from the Circle of Monarchs annual meeting. That meeting was very non-productive. It was to discuss Devin Gray's, the previous XCOM secretary's proposal on how we should move forward with licensing, and the end result was it was tabled to a committee. There is actually some bunch of wonky wording in there and some stuff that the proposal was the per person proposal. Just I don't think could work on a large scale, because what's considered an active player, what would be considered who do you count to charge someone per person? So I think they're gonna rework it to be a flat fee. So hopefully will be a much better proposal than what it is. I believe there's still more tabled stuff in regards to that meeting. They're gonna go back and readdress the tabled Night of the Battle, which is Viridian Outland's proposal, which is to move it under Sword Knight. And yeah, so I got yet another meeting to get a meeting that was what are we on? 3 months now? 3 months ago? Jeez.
Oof.
Yep. So that is what's happening amongst the Amped Guard International. All right, PM elections have come and gone, and now the PMs are starting to take their place. Astral Winds, Styx is still their PM. Ravenstone still has Guinevere. Loop and Moon, we said goodbye to Runeheart yesterday and welcome Dimitri as a PM. Frozen Coast, we said next week we'll say goodbye to Bahari and we will welcome oh my gosh, Sora. I just blanked on her name. Sora as their PM, Chi Noha will remain as the Icefire Bay PM, and Majarsha will remain as the DLC PM. So congratulations, everyone. Welcome to all the new PMs, and thank you for all your hard work to all the outgoing PMs. We appreciate you. And mid-rains are in full swing. Yesterday we had Loop and Moon's mid-rain. Today was Ravenstone's. Lots of awards have been going out. As you all may have seen, the Orders of the Battle have been starting to be given out. I started with Loop and Moon yesterday. We did Ravenstones today. I want to say big congratulations to our 3 new Battle Masters. That would be Viscount Paragon Mr. Pockets, Baron Paragon Abram Stonefist, and Viscount Paragon Drake Drac. Congratulations to all of you guys for your well-deserved Battle Master titles. Congratulations to everyone on their other titles, and let me tell you, that is a lot of awards to give out at once, and a lot of awards to enter at once. We are not done. Next week next week is Icefire Bays and Froco's mid-rains. I believe I think Hazel's jumping on now. But Bromir, you're on, and you're going to do a Facebook live stream of yours, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'll probably do is right after your live stream is completed on Facebook, and then I will start a live stream, and I will hand out Frozen Coast Order of the Battles. And then, Hazel, do you have plans for your guys' mid-rain yet? Well, I know she's on.
I think she's accidentally muted.
Trying to find the unmute button while driving in the dark in Anchorage is right up there on my happy list.
Oh, goodness, you should pull over.
Not happening on the highway.
Oh, my goodness. Well, drive safely.
I'm trying. So, yes, I'm here, and I'll try not to make too much noise.
Are you able to safely tell us what your guys' plans for your mid-rain are next week?
Turn left onto East 15th Avenue. Yeah. Our plans for mid-rain at this point, I believe, are for Sunday, and they're tentative. I haven't been able to get Gudrun hooked up yet with the Discord. And I was trying to have her be a part of that, but we were looking for a Sunday afternoon mid-rain coming up this Sunday. Were you able to hear that? I'm sorry.
Yep. No, we were. Thank you. Just let me know what you guys decide, because I'd like to hop in and give out Icefire Bay's Order of the Battles. So just let me know. That would be greatly appreciated.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much for keeping track of us. We really appreciate it.
And then Ronan, I believe your guys' is November 6th still. Are you guys doing a Facebook live stream too?
Most likely. If it's not going to be a live stream, then we're going to do a pre-recorded at a set time.
Okay.
Still jabbing with the top 5 on it.
All right. Yep. And same goes for you guys. Just let me know whenever yours guys comes out. I'll hop in and give Astral Winds their Order of the Battles somehow. Either just make my own live stream right after yours, or whatever flows easiest. Claudius, you guys were still pretty unsure when yours was as well, correct? You might have lost Claudius.
Correct. Sorry, my phone. I'm looking at either the 7th or the 14th.
Okay. All right. 7th or 14th sounds good. Same goes for you guys. I'll just probably pop in a live stream somewhere at some point and give you guys awards too.
Sounds great.
All right. All right. Last on my list for this evening is the continuation of the Wolf's Cry bid for 2022. That was posted on the Facebook page. We got a lot of feedback. And I will open the floor back up for continued discussions, questions, and then I can try to answer as many questions as I can with the knowledge I have now. And I'm going to pull the bid back up again.
So for me, one of some of the comments that really kind of struck a chord with me was the fact that while this site does look pretty cool and has a lot of potential, using it for a coronation level event would probably have some pretty negative impacts on attendance. And while we have other kingdom level events that we make available to everybody, based on their own availability and schedules. I think the coronation one should be kept to locales that are a lot more accessible to a lot more people.
Sorry, Hazel, I'm going to mute you. Okay. I do understand that was one of the biggest concerns. I know it does add drive time to everyone for the most part. We have right now, the biggest thing is we are 9 months away from Wolf's Cry. I can't give any for sure answers. I can't give any complete details, but there has been discussion about possibly having access to a bus where people can use that as their mode of transportation instead of having to drive it. They would be able to ride. again, but like I said, the hardest part about doing things that are, you know, this far out is I don't have answers. I have ideas, but no answers. So we would definitely look into help making it more accessible to those, for those who are unable to drive themselves out. So I can definitely say that. I do have comments regarding, I know Chinohan kept bringing up the fact that carpooling while COVID. My comments to that is that, you know, COVID was still around this summer when we all carpooled and attended Wolf's Cry, and then that's another one of those. I don't know what it's going to look like in 9 months. I'm sure it'll still be present. We don't know if it's going to be a huge presence or if it's going to be a back of our mind presence in 9 months. And if it's bad enough, we won't have Wolf's Cry. And if you're that concerned, if you're that concerned about being in the same car with someone and COVID, then I don't think that attending Wolf's Cry should be your priority.
To be fair, there's a pretty distinct difference between carpooling with your close friends that you're already in a bubble with and getting in a bus that you're trying to cram people in.
I recognize and I agree with that. Yes, that is different. And again, I can't say that's going to be what we offer people. But if he specifically was referring to carpooling, and it sounded like he was concerned about getting into the same car with someone. And if you're concerned about getting in the same car with someone that you're close with already, then I don't know. That's just, again, that's my opinion.
I think we interpreted that differently because where he mentioned that was in the distinct post in which I said that we were trying to formulate getting people, if they got to Anchorage, they could get with other people, i.e. buses,
Right.
motor
Okay.
vehicles.
And fair point,
Different
yes.
interpretations of the same thing.
Okay, and that's fair.
Yeah, that's actually another kind of like a kind of related concern is that we've got a lot of people who are saying, "Oh, we can carpool, we can look into renting a bus." That's a lot of probably wherein there is nothing in the bid for it.
Well, again, so yeah, probably, sure, but again, 9 months away, and I can.
So, as a land that is very familiar with travel, this is something that, as a land, we get together every time that there's a major event. We talk about this amongst our members. We see who can provide rides, and we do it way in advance. That way, like this year, we got the largest number of travelers from Astral Winds I think we've had in many, many years to go down to Wolf's Cry, because we took the time to organize this movement, organize this trip with a bunch of people, and it made it a lot less touch and go, a lot less haphazard. People were comfortable with where they went, with who they went with, and all the other stuff. And the same can be said about people who drive from Alaska down to what is it, out in the middle of the mountains. You know.
So, what percentage of your populace attended? Because almost all of mine attended.
Yeah. This year, 5 regular.
Ronan, I think you're cutting out.
From like stats and what I saw there, it's probably safe to assume 20 to 25% of your populace showed up, which is phenomenal for you guys showing up. But if that same turnout comes from each of the parks down here, our turnout will be drastically smaller.
If I recall correctly, he had about 25 people come from Astral Winds this time around, which I would say of their active sign-ins, that would be about half.
Is that 25?
No, there was quite a few of them. I'm almost positive there was that many.
I know we at least had had a couple non-combatants with us that we didn't have, and they made up for. I'd have to go look at the number, but no, I mean, on our average of about 5 people, we had a huge majority show up, maybe 6 or 7 of our populace that show up. But I mean, this was rare, and it was just because we did organize. That was my own. I understand difficult to, but you're willing to organize and way ahead. That's all. That's all I want.
Is typing. Is there any other?
Hazel's talking right now.
Oh, you're
Uh,
working. She can't hear you for some reason.
I think she
Oh.
forgot to unmute you.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead. Sorry, Hazel. I apologize.
Okay, I'll start again from the beginning. We made a real effort. I've made a real effort not to talk a lot about this online, back and forth. I've been mostly watching and listening. And I've made a real effort to reach out to all of my more active members that I thought would normally attend in the coming year. I specifically reached out to as many as I could and asked for feedback, and I got it. And I'm talking about some of the newer ones like Spectre and Savage, some of my younger crew who are becoming the faithful. Liam is another one, also known as Scrimgar. So I was looking. What?
Sorry.
Oh, it's
Continue.
okay. So I talked to them about this, and what people gave me for feedback is that while we really like being part of the larger LARP group, a lot of people also viewed the trip as a chance to spend time together in family units and combine it with other activities that they were doing in different areas. I know my husband did that. I know some of the other groups did that. Nobody that I talked to, oh, and that's not true. I had one person who was interested in a possible bus. Many of them pointed out that they packed their own cars full of stuff, camping gear, food, things that they wanted to do, younger siblings, that type of thing. It wasn't, I applaud the idea of the bus, but it's not a good fit for our particular group and their particular interests. I can say that I made a real effort to get people up to the event this past year, and with what, 10 sign-ins, 12 sign-ins? I'm sorry, I wish I knew exactly. But it was a fair percentage of our group. I meant to say Shire by for a second there. And I don't foresee people going to this event. I will not have a hissy fit if you hold it at this amazing and beautiful site. I won't blame anybody, but I do not see it working for our group. I do not see a contingency coming. You may get a couple of people, you might get one person, you might get no people. I agree that at the kingdom level event of that, I would be very sorry to not be able to participate. I've really valued that. It's been a priority for me. I've worked my time off from work around that. And it's too much of a stretch, and I'll mute myself.
All right. Thank you, Hazel. Is there anyone else?
I'm fine.
All right. All right. Well, hearing no more discussion, seeing no furious typing, I'm going to go ahead and I will bring this proposal to a vote. Give me a second because I'm going to have to remember all this. All right. This vote will to either accept or reject the current proposed bid for Wolf's Cry. Ashley wins.
Yeah, we'll have a road trip either way.
Ravenstone.
No.
Lupin Moon.
Sorry, I'm looking over what my populace
you're
told them I
fine.
look at their votes. You're like right up the middle. I would like to abstain.
All right, Frozen Coast.
Also, forgive me because I didn't realize I was muted for a little bit, and then I also didn't want to continue talking and try to rehash what I thought I was saying. Although, yes, I may not be able to go myself potentially, but the location is beautiful. If I get the time, I'll definitely try to make it.
Icefire Bay.
No.
DLC.
Yes. For us, it's still up north, and the location looks amazing.
And I vote yes as well. If my math is correct, that is 4 yeses, 2 noes, and 1 abstain. I believe this passes. Let me verify with the KPM. All right, that still passes. This is the accepted bid for Wolf's Cry. All right, thank you, everyone. There is one outstanding bid that we have. It is for the Three Barons Fair. It is, I reopened that up. It is set to close, not this week, but next week prior to, oh, did I maybe? Yeah, I set it to expire 11/3. There is one current bid in. I will bring that proposal to we have an extra, I think the extra Sunday threw me off. To the November 14th meeting. All right. Anything that anyone wants to bring forward to my attention or wants to discuss? I guess I somehow got roped into a radio show tomorrow to promote us, so that's gonna be fun. It's on. It's on at 10 o'clock. I have no idea where, so I'll post it.
You got this.
When I figure it out.
The last
Have
time we were on a
fun. I
radio
just
show
did.
got permanently banned.
Yeah, you know what? Rolo brought that up too.
Well, last week, one of our members teaches in the high school, and he had me zoom in and talk to his kids about LARP. That was fun. So, good luck.
All right, then. Well, it's 7:41. I'm going to call this meeting to close.